Okay, that hole that I dug, that was for this tree. And remember, this tree was on my front porch in this blue bucket. And now it's here. And I threw in some potato peels. And I'm getting little baby potatoes. And see, these are the potato plants. So I think maybe I'll find more. Woohoo! Yep, this fig tree was not doing well in the bucket. It did great last year, the year before, but you see these dry leaves? They weren't doing well. It filled up with trees about a month ago, and then everything dried up. And as you can see, it's starting to get new leaves, and it's budding in new places. Here, it's budding. It's trying to survive, but staying in the bucket was definitely going to ruin it. Yeah, the bucket. I destroyed the bucket while putting the tree in. It's so heavy. And the type of soil is this red clay, sand, clay mix. And I have this beautiful, beautiful dark soil here. This is soil that I created over on my farm within one season. Anyway, I couldn't dig the hole as deep as I wanted it, but the roots will go down, and I'm going to try and cover this as much as possible, and cover it with more of that, cover it with this, and then from the pile of soil that they dug up fixing the pipe, I'm going to put some of that over here and then mulch it up really good. But yeah, and this is going to be the new home for this fig tree, and it should do very, very well here. I could theoretically dig up some of the potatoes that are over here and in there, but I don't see any reason why I need to dig up the tree any more than it already has been. Like, they're in there, they're close to the root system here so I'm not going to disturb them. And they're probably really small anyway. Anyway, yep. I want to show you guys something. Look at this. Do you see this right here? That is completely dry. That is completely dry despite above average rainfall this year. I watered with this hose. I watered this area to make it easier for me to dig. And as you can see, it's this red clay-like topsoil, which is not, this topsoil is not the original topsoil. The original was more like this. And they added a layer on top of this when they built this area up. And you can tell how deep it was. It's about 20 centimeters. And the mere fact that they added nothing to this area, they added no vegetation, they didn't do anything to improve the soil via vegetation, and therefore the soil did not grow, it did not develop. And what is below is still there, as hard as concrete. And so I have to contend with that in order to dig a hole for this tree. It's in that bucket. But I don't think I'm going to dig down too far, especially since this is a pretty big rock here. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to dig that up. I'm going to try, but if not, I'm not going to worry about it. There's plenty of room for the roots to go around it. What I'm going to do is fill this hole with water and let it drain down and see how well it'll hold the water, but also just to give the roots a little bit of an extra chance, you know, that there's more water down there. Well, the water is draining pretty fast, so there's good drainage here, and it also means that the roots have where to go. Okay, there you go. I piled up dirt around it. Now, not every time can you pile up dirt around it, and as you can see, it's not 100%, but that's okay. So you see all these weeds around here? You see all these weeds? Well, these weeds are going to become mulch. And I'm going to put that mulch all around this, all around all sides of the tree. And that will help keep the soil from drying out. And it will also help enrich this area and help even everything out. Now, I believe that as the tree settles down, as the air, as the roots are able to spread out, the lateral roots are able to spread out, I think that the tree will sink lower into the ground. It just couldn't do that. It just couldn't do that because it was in such a tall bucket. Why? Let's get going with the mulch. What I want to do before I put the mulch on is I want to make sure to really water it down. I want to get this really, really moist. Really moist. Very, very moist. I want it to be soaked all the way through before I put the mulch on. The sun is setting. There's the tree. Fully mulched up. And that one fully mulched up. Yay! So this is a fig tree, and this is an Australian bottle brush tree. I forget its technical name, but as you can see, it is completely mulched up. So the more the flowers are ready to trim, the more mulch I'll be able to put around all of the trees. Now, all this mulch that I'm putting will, throughout the summer, create soil. And when you say, oh my goodness, you're chopping down the flowers. Well, I'll tell you something. I'm chopping down the flowers that are already going to seed. For example, you see that? The bees aren't coming here to this anymore. And you notice how I left these up. The bees are still coming to these, so I left them up. But the ones that have the majority, you see this one I didn't cut because it still has a lot of flowers on it. And take a look. There's some getting pollinated right now by that moth. But you see these are seeds forming, and when the majority of the flowers look like that, then I will chop them. See, when they start to look like this, there's no more nectar in them. And so, over time, all of this will get done. This mulch is really important. We're not getting rains anymore. Maybe we'll get 1 or 2 more light rains until the rain stops completely for the whole summer. So this mulch is going to help keep the moisture in around the root base of these trees. There's another thing I want you to notice is that, you see, I'm chopping these high, and then I leave them, I trample them, and that will help keep the ground covered. I'm just going to leave the trampling, just going to leave it all here trampled, and that will help keep the soil covered. Until next time.